Hello, Alison from Alison's Campfire here. Oh, I think I'm a little bit dark. Let me see if I can make it a wee bit brighter. That's better. Okay, yeah, it's a bit of a dark day today, so right. I've called this one Being the Whole Self because I've spent the last 5 days talking about different selves, and yeah, I hope you found little bits to take away from each of the lives. But of course, we're not individual selves. We are a whole self. And within our whole self lies all those different aspects of self that we've talked about over the week. And when we start to recognise our own whole self, that's really when we're starting to really truly live our truths. We're living our life. You know, our selves are all the best they can be. They're all growing, learning, being, loving, nourished. And that means we are in our wholeness. It means that we are aligning ourselves within ourself. So I talk about grounding quite a lot because to me it's something which is essential. It's like cleaning teeth. It's, yeah. And my quick and easy, surefire message for grounding, which I say every now and again, is to visualise the tail at the bottom of our spine, and it's not so many years ago we had tails, and that reaches down into the earth, way, 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 way down to the centre of the earth, and you feel that and you're grounded. I also find that you feel grounded if you're walking with nature. You sit by a tree, you sit on the earth. The earth has gravity. Gravity keeps us on the earth. So this is all about making sure that our whole self is firmly anchored on the earth. Because when we have that anchored whole self, that's when the magic starts. That's when we can truly start to expand and grow and be the wonderful, amazing being our soul wants us to be. Other ways of grounding: to eat vegetables that have come up from the ground, root vegetables. That's a very grounding food. To actually be outside planting things, hands in the earth, that's very grounding. To consciously be walking. Talked in one of the lives about walking a labyrinth and walking very mindfully in contemplation. To be consciously walking on the earth is very grounding, it's anchoring. It means that we are solid. And from that sense of our whole self being solid, we can then take ourselves elsewhere. We can then learn, we can then grow, we can then start to experiment with energies. A couple of weeks ago we talked about energies, and I was talking about the energetic body. But for now, for today, when I'm starting to encourage or inspire someone to experience their different selves and their whole self, I feel we need to anchor ourselves first and ground ourselves. And actually it's something which, once you start doing it, you think, well, actually I feel so much better if I'm grounded, if I'm in myself, if I'm in the moment, because you just feel whole. And then I wouldn't need to remind anyone to do it, because everybody would just be doing it, which would be fantastic. So I do, please experiment, spend a few minutes sitting or standing. I don't really recommend lying down for this grounding, this conscious side of bringing the self into wholeness and onto the earth and grounding it. I don't recommend lying down because you can fall asleep too easily. That's a whole different that's a whole different exercise in itself. But being with yourself on the earth, what a powerful thing that is. So that's what I wanted to share for you today, really, just to say, yeah, there's such a sense of peaceful calm that descends and envelops the body when you find that sense of being grounded, of the whole self being anchored here on planet Earth. As always, with love from Alison.